What's up, everybody? This is another edition of Late Great Game Reviews. I'm your host Apollo, and this week we are going to be talking about Limbo. Yes, game came out about 3 years ago. It's by the independent Danish developer Playdead. It is again. It came out about 3 years ago. I played it when it first came out, but I never ended up finishing it. Today I decided, what the hell, pick it up or re-download it, and play it, and I completed it. It takes about 5 hours to complete. Totally worth it. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and yeah. Uh, Plot is pretty basic. You wake up in the forest in this eerie purgatory. You have no idea how you got there, and that's one thing I'll say about the entire game is that it's steeped in ambiguity. There's really no definitive beginning or ending per se. You kind of you're there. Um, you have no idea how you got there. You have no idea how you're gonna get out. Um, you're looking for someone, but you don't know who you're looking for. Um, and that's really what the game's about, the mystery. And that mystery really compels you to move forward and keep going despite all these obstacles in your way. Again, you're a kid. And you're essentially a shadow with two blinking eyes. That's what you are. The game is entirely in black and white with tints of gray and such, but it's got a very haunting atmosphere, very eerie, very surreal. There's some terrifying creatures. I'm gonna try to make this review as spoiler free as possible, but there's some real terrifying creatures that will pursue you, and there are some extraordinarily tense moments with those creatures, and there's traps being laid by other people. At least I think they're people. You don't really know, and the even creepier thing is they look like other kids. So it's kind of got a really sort of horrifying Children of the Corn thing going on, and you're in purgatory. Delightful. But, again, once again, you wake up as a boy, you're fighting you're meeting, and when I say meeting, these people and creatures are trying to kill you every step of the way. You are completely on your own. You have no means of defending yourself. You have to just get by on your ingenuity and your wits, and just persevere through the game. But it is. Sorry, dropped my notes there. It is totally worth playing. It's again, it's really about the mystery. That's really what keeps you going. It'll keep you guessing until the end, and then at the end, you'll still be guessing. The puzzles, it's a puzzle game, so you have gravity wells and other sort of things that alter the gameplay a bit, but the puzzles are great. Very, very some of them are really tough. Like, they stumped me for a while, and it took me a while to get through some of them. So I think that's actually why I didn't finish it the first time I played it 3 years ago. But I finished it this time, and it was totally worth it. Sorry, let me look at my notes very quickly. Yeah, another thing is that you're in Limbo, obviously, and you got some really gruesome death scenes of the kid. They're really gruesome. I mean, you'll hit bear traps and just be dismembered. You'll be smashed and see all the blood spatter, and there's some pretty brutal death scenes. Also, the place is littered. The world is littered with corpses that are floating. Some of them you actually have to use in puzzles. I mean, some of them have been hung. It's a very hopeless environment, and you really feel like you just want to get this kid out of this horrible environment. That's how I felt. I just really wanted to get this kid out of this environment as quickly as possible. Yeah, I mean, You've also the game is there's two basic environments. I mean, the environments vary a bit, but you're in forests and also in like city landscapes as well, where you got a lot of mechanical things. And again, you're not really sure where you are. You're not sure if you're in the sort of the sort of limbo that I guess we all think about, where it's purgatory. You've died and you're in between whatever and whatever, or if it's somehow a man-made purgatory, like a simulation or something. And the reason I say that is because you have certain things like mechanisms that control aspects of the world. I mean, you have a mechanism, and this is spoiler alert, very minor spoiler, but spoiler nonetheless. You have a mechanism that controls like weather patterns and things, and you have little things that make it seem like the entire world that you're in is not necessarily an afterlife, but almost like it's man-made. It could just be me, but that's what I was thinking. But again, steeped in ambiguity, you just don't know. And that's part of the fun of it, I think, is that it's, you're just not sure. But, again, you are very, very compelled. The narrative really compels you and really drives you forward to figure out what the hell is going on. It's a game. There's very, very little music in the game. There's lots of ambient sounds. But it's very, very it's a terrifying atmosphere. Play Dead did a great job, and I mean you'll hear squawks of birds in the far distance. You'll hear rushing water here and there, sounds of the mechanical equipment, but I mean the lack of the music it adds to that sort of lonely and claustrophobic feeling. But great game. I'm definitely glad I finally finished it. I recommend it to everyone. It's a great puzzle game, great game in general. I'm going to give Limbo an 8 out of 10. And that is it for this week of Late Great Game Reviews. I'm your host, Apollo, and have a great week. See you next time.